Okay, so I'm here with the crew from Darkness. Welcome to Grimmfest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're not far from your screening today. So this is your second screening in the UK, if I'm not right.
Yes.
So excited, or is there a little bit of the nerves kind of gone after the first screening?
It's the other way around. I'm excited.
Absolutely. I think it's also fun to show the film for an international audience as well. We got a little bit of that in London, but now also here, and it's a bigger theater as well. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think when you're filming in when you're screening in bigger theatres with bigger audiences, you're just going to get that more reaction, aren't you? I suppose from the audience.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and do you think that From Darkness is geared to that larger audience then?
The larger audience.
Yes.
Cinema,
Yeah.
I think so. It's made for the larger cinema. It's made for the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great cinema premiere in Sweden with over 100 screens and through 9 weeks, and a lot of people seeing it. So I mean, we know that it works for a bigger audience, and I think that it's another kind of it's a not so typical kind of horror thriller. It's a little bit more grown up kind of horror thriller, and I think that some people might find that interesting.
Yeah, and what can you tell us in terms of the filming? Because did the elements play a part in maybe shifting different parts of the script, or was that always kind of part of your thinking?
Well, I think that from the beginning we were always going to shoot in the winter, but then that winter it snowed more than it usually does, which was great for the production, but it also came with a lot of difficulties when it came to the production itself. We had to rethink a little bit. Some things took a little bit longer than expected, so we had to adapt to that. But otherwise, it played out pretty well, I think.
I mean, we have a lot of VFX shots in this movie when it comes to snow, for instance. So we had first 3 weeks of snow, wasn't it? And then 1 week of no snow because all snow melted away, and then all snow came back again the week after that. Yeah. So we had a gap, and I mean, obviously we don't shoot the movie in a chronological way, so we had like gaps everywhere where there wasn't snow. So we needed to contract a VFX team who could come in and mend the places where we didn't have snow and make fake snow, 3D snow, so to say. So we done that, and we had a lot of rotoscoping and to fix. I mean, when they walk past things, and we want to remove footsteps, cleaning up that, and so it looks like the snow has not been touched before. So it's a lot of work with snow, and it's cold.
It's cold.
Is it a case of extra layers underneath everyone's clothing?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know the English word. I have electric tights under my
electric tights.
Yeah.
And you were still cold.
You were walking around with a battery all the time.
Yeah, I was.
I think you said something interesting in the other interview that which I haven't really thought of before. Is that when you're freezing, it's difficult to act.
Yeah, it's really
up.
because that's all you do in acting, to relax and breathe, to get connected. Yeah, with yourself and your emotions.
It's hard to think. I mean, when it's cold.
And it's hard to
feel.
Yeah, it is.
You just want to go home.
Yeah. In Sweden, I mean, I watched a documentary recently that was based in Sweden, and it's a beautiful country. I've never actually been myself. What was it like? Kind of almost like showing a darker side to what is, a beautiful country.
I don't know what's
yeah, I do. You can do it. Should I start?
Go.
So I think the film is, it's dark, but it's beautiful in a sense, even still. I mean, the snow is, and for many people, I think that it's exotic and beautiful in itself, and the dark part of our lives. I mean, look, we have so much darkness in this country when it comes to winter time, a long, dark winter. So portraying that is very important. I mean, it's a part of our life, and we are really used to it. So So for us, it's not that bad. But maybe people who look at the movie, they feel, okay, how can you survive in this darkness? So.
But that's also one of the things that we wanted to portray in the film as well. That we think that this is what we live with in our lives. We have dark winters every winter,
Yeah.
and we all prepare for it, and we know.
Winter is long.
And winter is long, and everybody complains about it, but we live in it. And like you said, okay, that we need to have something exotic, and what do we have in Sweden that's exotic? It's cold and winter, darkness and darkness.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it fits with the title, really, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah. So in terms of a couple of the references that I picked up on in terms of the film, was one of them was The Vanishing from 1988. I don't know if that was an influence, and I suppose one that's maybe more mainstream-ish it'd be the Blair Witch Project. So are they fair comparisons, or am I way off?
The Vanish was never the one, but we absolutely the Blair Witch Project absolutely was something that we got inspired by in a way that it's a lot of they don't really show that much of the monster. It's just sort of, but you're in the forest and you feel it's out there somewhere, and I think that was sort of at least a little bit of our inspiration as well.
Yeah, of course.
We talked a lot about the Blair Witch Project.
We did, but I think that still it's not, I mean, if you look at the movie, it doesn't have that many connections to Blair Witch Project, except the mythology about the cave wraith. I mean, the way we shoot it is very different, and if you look at the movie, I would say that the inspiration that me and the DOP had is more like It Comes at Night. I think that one was a big inspiration for us, the way we use light with the headlights and how we sort of give not too much of the forest, but still enough not get bored. Because in the beginning we were thinking like maybe we could just have the headlights, but we realized on our test shoot that was enough. People will get bored in 10 minutes if it was just dark. So we had to find a balance there. Mm-hmm. That was an inspiration, of course.
Yeah, and in terms of the characters, so another thing that I found really interesting in terms of like from a protagonist point of view is obviously is dealing with a bit of madness. And did you think that was going to be polarizing in terms of audiences?
Well, I mean, we have a really strict doctrine in this movie, and the doctrine is I think that if you like this movie, maybe you like it because you can make up your own mind about it. It depends on who you are. If you like to believe supernatural stuff, you can do that. If you like to see a movie more about somebody having psychological problems, you can see that in the movie. So one of the doctrines that we had for this movie is that the things that are supernatural never happens to anybody else than Victor when he's alone. So in that sense, it can be true and it cannot be true. We don't know. And I think that then I'm not so, I mean, I don't think people are gonna be, angry or anything about that, because they feel that, okay, but then you can believe the supernatural stuff. You don't have to believe the psychological stuff. But depends who you are.
But we have realized that people that enjoy the supernatural stuff are a bit disappointed because they want to see more.
They want more supernatural stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's the only thing.
But I think one of the things is that the characters are believable.
Yeah.
If you make the characters believable and the story believable, then you can feel something, feel with them.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. So, but I don't know if that really answers your question.
It's fine. I mean, obviously, there's got to be a bit of an air of ambiguity, and obviously, I think it's important as well, like you say, for audiences to sometimes make up their own minds on what they're seeing, and it's like anything, isn't it? In film, we can interpret it many different ways. So one other theme that was picked up on was in terms of maybe a distrust of law enforcement. So is that something that is it because it's topical in different countries? Is that something that's come from Sweden, or is it? Do you think it's more of a wider issue that you wanted to explore?
I think we just needed that to make the narrative work. I don't think we didn't have there's no comment in that. I mean, it's a small town. They don't have a big police station.
No, but it's interesting that you're asking, because this is what Scandi Noir is all about, of course, which is the genre that works best. We make most money in Sweden from Scandi Noir, and I don't know. maybe it's deeper inside our minds than we thought.
Yes, perhaps, but I think there's no comment to the police being, you know, lazy or anything like that, or don't want to handle this case. I mean, it's just a missing person, and there are rules. There are rules where when you go out looking for it, and the police, he is doing what he supposed to do. Yeah.
And he also wants to go home and celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, it's Christmas. I mean,
Yeah, that's fair. I have to ask about the dog. Who trained Noah? The dog.
We certainly didn't.
I think the dog. We had some issues with the dog. Bless him. He's a great dog in many cases, but he.
but it's a dog.
But it's a dog, and even though it's trained to be in films, I think it was even difficult for him many times. There's a scene when Johan is holding the leash, but it's and it really looks like the dog, but it's our third assistant director who's laying there and just pulling the cord at the leash, so it looks like a dog, because the dog was always like having a little like making sounds and barking and stuff, and making it difficult to shoot. So many times we had to fake the dog to be able to make it.
Well, that's the magic of filmmaking, isn't it?
That's the beauty of filmmaking.
Yeah.
There's also a scene where I didn't have anyone in the leash. When I'm coming into the ravine, it's like it's like my miming skills were put to use.
Actually, I think it's a great story, because that I remember looking at the monitor, you know, and seeing, because of course we framed it in a way that would work with that, and then looking at the set at you, and I thought, that's a great actor, you know, because
I remember try to not laugh.
try to not laugh, but also being impressed by the way you handled that situation.
They call me One Take Peter for a reason.
Okay, and finally, what about distribution then, in terms of what's the plans post Grimmfest for From Darkness?
Well, we are we have a sales agents who are now selling it to different markets. It's been sold to quite a lot of countries already, but as far as I know, nothing in the UK or like that. But
That's what we hope.
that's what we're hoping for. So if anybody sees it and wants to buy it, then get in touch.
Yes, create the buzz for us, guys.
Yes, and we're also looking at. I mean, Åke, you've also been discussing a little bit about a remake in North America, perhaps.
They have, it's been harder to sell films that are not English speaking, it seems. So we have to see if we should make it in English. I don't know, but the television channels doesn't buy as much that are not English.
And that's always hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great stuff. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
you.